everyone. I want to talk about today um, our systems of punishment that we see in the physical world. Um, we have to understand that we're divine beings, and we weren't created. We weren't created to be under so much restrictions. Because we're divine beings, is that in spite of our mistakes, in spite of the things that we go through, we have a mechanism that was set up for us to reform. What's that mechanism? It's called, some people call it karma, but it's one of the laws of the universe. We reap what we sow. For every cause, there's an effect. So when we make mistakes, and our creator already knew that we were gonna be in such a low vibrational, and this ego personality was gonna cause us to do things that doesn't align with our divinity, because we're not this physical beings. We're at the core of who we are. We take our nature from our creator, from the person who created us. So that aspect of us is always pristine. Even though we're in this world, that aspect of us is the Christ consciousness. Some people call it the rest, the core of who we are. Nothing that happens in this world affects that aspect of us. And that aspect of us is to lead us, is to guide us, even while we're on earth. So the mechanism that's set up for punishment, specifically the prison systems. So what happened with the prison systems, it takes us out of, just like the church does. It takes us out of our divinity with that form of punishment. And you might be saying, but if someone kills someone, they need to be punished. That system already there. That person that kills someone, that person who creates outrageous crimes against others. The law of the universe is there already. So you were thinking, if they're not separated out of society, there cannot be any reformation. And that's not true. If that person who kills somebody, and we allow them, you might think, oh, if you allow them, they'll go and kill somebody else. No. What has the prison system done for anyone? When the law of the universe, they'll reap what they sow. There's no better judgment than karma. That's what you call karma. You reap, you definitely reap what you sow. And when Miss Karma give it to you, you're gonna reform. You're gonna go through something that allow you to find your divinity. So that's why you see some people go into jail, and they have reform. There's reformation that's taken place, not because they've been locked up, but because Miss Karma has come in while they're locked up and transform them. So if we have a system like that, there has to be transformation. No, nothing is ever completely gone. We are not, there's no duality. Those people who create these outrageous crimes against children, against people, regular people, They're just so much in their lower vibrational aspect of themselves, their ego selves. That's what's happening. And the goal, the only way we can get out of this hunger and thirsty to hurt each other is to get out of our ego. So that's what this universal law that everyone abides by, every created things have to subdue to what we reap, what we sow. For every cause, there's an effect. So now we're going into, I just know there's a new world coming in. That's a form of law that's gonna be taking place. That's the form of law that's gonna allowed to be used in the for those who do things by hurting God's creation. And even if you're not in jail, you are that law is ever present. We reap what we sow. We are creating our own universe. And when we struggle and when we go through things, it's just what that does. It's just helping us. Getting back to our divinity. Walk as the gods we are. Drawing us closer to that Christ consciousness. Drawing closer to that Christ consciousness. So this is why I look at this. I'm like, the system that we're in right now, if you like it, you can keep it. But it's not natural. It's against nature. And nothing is too gone for our Creator. Nothing. It's the same God in that person. It's the same God in us. Well, you can talk about other species that's totally is not connected to source. That's a different question. But locking up in this prison system, whether mental psychiatric facilities or the other facilities for murderers, or you steal something, you smoke something, and you're in jail. You smoke a bag of weed and you're in jail. You smoke crack, you're in jail. Those aren't things to be in jail for. I can see murderers and whatever put away, and pedophiles and people commit gross misconduct against our children and mass murderers. But for someone to sell weed, for someone to sell coke, really for someone to drive without a seatbelt, really those aren't stuff for people to be in prison. So this system has to go. These things is against nature, and whoever created the system, they already knew that there's a divine law that absolves that will take place to all of us, because the Bible says you sin when you think it not. That means our ego is constantly at work against our best effort, and that's why many of us experience so much karma in our lives, and we're not even in a physical prison. And we can see these as bad, but all these things come to help us get back to our divinity. The world let us think it is, oh, someone's doing me something, it's bad luck. It's no. Whatever you're going through is just your higher self, your divine aspect of yourself is waking you up to the divine person that you are. You just need to sit down and ask question, what am I supposed to learn from this process? That's the question we should always ask ourselves. I am responsible. Use that affirmation. All right. So yeah. So we're going into a new world, and yes, the system that's going to be in the new world is ever cause. There's an effect, and that's what we're going to live by.